right, you guys, tap in. It is time for your next tarot reading. And as I sat down to read this, I started to see the Hermit card both upright and in the reverse. And if you've been around for these collective readings recently or for the last few months, we've been talking a lot about reclusing, going into our cocoon, coming outward. It's like this oscillation between intro and extroversion, where there's a part of you that's yearning for this expression of the new self you've stepped into, but it's like the old self hasn't fully dissolved yet. So with these readings, we've been like navigating the darkness, navigating the void. This has been a huge void space, to say the least. Like, this has been a period of time where I feel like ultimately what I want to say is not to be fooled by how quiet things are. There can be discomfort that does arise with trusting the floating in the void, because it's almost like, I saw this creator talk about being distracted by presence and having like a healthy kind of detachment from your manifestations, not hyper fixating on the doing, the creating, the how, the when, but more so being present. And I feel like that's such a simple truth, like be here now, like not to sound cliche, like be present, focus on the present moment, but really what else do you have to do besides be here now? There's nowhere else for you to go, nothing else for you to do but be here now. And like I'm saying, not to get fooled by how quiet things are, because you are being given this pocket of rest. And it is time for you to tap in and use it wisely. Embrace the silence, embrace the stillness, because you already know, like when this is a timeless message, but right now we are finishing up the year of the snake. The year of the fire horse officially begins February 17th. So we're in 2026 at the time that I am filming this. We're in January, but we are still technically in the year of the snake. So this is like that final push where when things get quiet, it is natural for old habits, old behaviors, old flames, old connections, just old ways of speaking to yourself, old ways of being to arise, to tempt you into stagnancy, to tempt you into stepping back or staying still. It's almost like evolve or repeat. I feel like I say that all the time in these readings, evolve or repeat. And what is the obvious choice here? Evolve. And right now, there are a lot of things that are coming up to see if you are ready to evolve and step into this new version of yourself. Like, you have had many spiritual awakenings, but I feel like these last few months have been profound in a way that is so deeply personal. It's like this private revolution where you are just becoming more and more of yourself. Like, it is constant revelations, constant downloads, but it's almost anticlimactic. It's like you maybe in the past expected like growth and transformation to look like upheaval. What is that? I want to ask more clarity on that when we get into these cards. Why is it upheaval that comes up? Is it like expecting... It's almost like not meeting your own expectations of... hold on, let me cook on this. I'm trying to find my words. Expecting things not to work out. Expecting things to only last a short amount of time and then it's taken away from you. It's almost like that's what the challenge is right now. It's like, can you actually believe on a cellular level? Can you know that you are worthy of the life you are creating, of the changes you're making in yourself? And it might seem like an obvious answer, but take a moment and think about that in a real way. Do you feel worthy of your own manifestations? Because source, creation, whatever it is that you believe in, cannot gift you what you do not believe you can handle. You are given what you can handle in life. And so it's about removing that imposter syndrome, removing that doubt, removing that pressure, that impending doom that is self-inflicted of, I need to meet this deadline, I need to do this, I need this, there's nothing that you need to do besides be here now. And that closes the gap between you and your manifestations. Because instead of seeing it as outside of you, as something to reach, like the future is something to strive and to meet and to find, it's here now. You can make the conscious decision to be here now. And that is where the magic happens, in your presence, in your calm awareness, in your breath. Let's get into these cards. The 10 of Wands, as I split the deck, in the reverse. That's interesting. I feel like there's a lot less push and pull right now. And it can feel uncomfortable. How I was saying, floating in that void space, making peace with the silence, making peace with the stillness. It can feel very uncomfortable because it might feel like, did I let go too much? Am I actually like, it's like, I see it going from like this hard focus, this hard penetration to what it is you're trying to like what it is you're creating, whatever it is you're bringing into your life. It's like this hyper fixation, but instead has dissolved into this softness. Like I literally see you floating in the ocean. And I know that I said this in a previous video, but that vision comes up again where you're just floating, but you are so held. And it's about deepening that surrender. It's like we come back to the same lessons over and over and over with different eyes, with different perspectives, with different wisdom than we had in the past. And so now it's like, what does this surrender mean to you? Can you trust that you are going in the best, highest, most aligned direction for you? That all of your decisions, all of your habits, all of this work you are doing on yourself is not in vain, and that everything is aligning, everything is compounding, and it's about being patient, it's about being present, it's about practicing the pause. Recognize that you are being gifted this sacred moment to pause. And what are you going to do with it? It is time for you to use it wisely. And we just had our first new moon of 2026, the sun and moon both in Capricorn. So this is a moment to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? How willing are you to be devoted to yourself? How willing are you to carve your own lane without needing the input or the validation of anything external? Can you hold your own counsel? And like Saturn is a planet of past life lessons. It's cyclical. It's our karma. It's our dharma. It's about who we are when no one else is watching. It's about our integrity. It's about our spiritual hygiene. It's about the structure and order in which we implement into our day-to-day lives that align us with our highest self. It's so much deeper than daily habits. It's really about deprogramming, reprogramming, becoming aware, facing truth. I feel like this Capricorn energy, like we are getting ready to enter Aquarius season at the time that I'm recording this. And that feels like an intellectual part. It's like you constantly get like a second wind, a third wind, a pick-me-up. And moving from Capricorn is like into Aquarius is kind of like, okay, I'm finding my structure, I'm finding what works for me. So how can I move smarter? How can I make these systems work for me in a better way? How can I make what I already have going for me work better for me? This year of the fire horse is really, really going to be something different than we've ever experienced before. I would like some clarity on this week ahead, just this week ahead. What are our best practices to keep ourselves steady? I feel like keeping ourselves steady is the main focus right now, because when you can maintain homeostasis, when you can focus on you, simply put. Like, what are your daily habits? What are your daily practices? How do you speak to yourself? Do you breathe deeply? Do you breathe intentionally? Do you eat slowly? Do you eat fast? Are you rushing? Do you give yourself enough time to do what it is you need to do to prepare yourself without feeling rushed? How can we clean up? How can we clean up? How can we refine? That's what I want to focus on this week. Let's keep it simple. I don't want to get too nosy and peek too far into future energies, but let's just focus right now. Mental fortitude. Sorry about I didn't cut my finger. My fingernail is broken and I need to recover it with this band-aid. It's kind of ugly though. But this mental fortitude. Mental fortitude. Mental fortitude. That's what that is. Mental power. This is moving into that Aquarius energy. Mental dexterity. Mental dexterity. I feel like you have the Queen of Cups as I split the deck. Exactly. And the Knight of Cups. Ooh, interesting. I'm going to take both of these. Wow, and we have the King of Wands and we have the Empress beneath that. Interesting. Let's stop here for a second. We have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. That's some power. This feels like mental dexterity. This feels like a calm, unwavering faith within yourself. This feels like a grounded presence. Like you have been doing so much work on yourself, especially recently, these last few months, in such a private way, and it is showing. The work you are doing is becoming tangible. Is that the word I'm looking for? It's like, it's visible pretty much. And it's not like you need any external validation for you to know that the work you are doing is paying off. But this is kind of like a moment to just reflect back to you that the work you are doing is paying off. And as you prepare for us to enter, this is how you're entering the year of the fire horse. Not even with the the Knight of Swords, where it's like, yes, it's fast paced, it's forward moving momentum, but this feels like a little bit calmer. This feels like how I said, you don't have that sense of impending doom anymore. This is more so like grounded within yourself, moving forward with steadiness, moving forward with what's the word? Is surety, sureness, is sureness within yourself that you are capable of holding what it is you are calling forth into your life for 2026. Whether that be a physical location change or change in relationships, maybe inviting more friendships or romance into your life, or changing careers. It's like there's changes that you are making, and I feel like you are stepping forward with fear, despite the fear. Do you get what I mean? It's like you're not waiting until you feel 100% ready, because you know that the best thing that you could possibly do for yourself is to step forward and have confidence in yourself, because you have been doing the work to prepare. You are not moving frantically. You are not rushing. You are not forcing. You are moving with a steady pace. That's where we come back to floating in that void space, making peace with the silence, how slow things are. It's not stagnant at all. It's just not chaotic. It's not burning. It's not, I was going to say it's not passionate, but I feel like, ooh, let's touch on that. Do you feel a loss of passion for what it is you're working on? Are there certain things that may have taken the back seat that you know that when you pour into them, give you more life? Like, these are not questions that I can answer for you, but these are just things to think about, because it's like, what in your life brings you joy that you have not been prioritizing now because of time or because of space, you know? I think this would be a really great time, especially this week. That could be your homework for this week. What is something or multiple things that bring you joy that you have not been doing? Like, yes, we have these structured daily practices, and like you eat a certain type of way, or you're physically active in a certain way, or you meditate X amount of times for how long. You know, it's like you have these structures, you have these things that you do, that you need to do. Air quotes on the need to. But it's not even about that right now, because you already do the things that you need to do to keep you in alignment with your highest good, period. Like, you know that. So this is more so like steady calm. What brings you joy? What fills your cup? How can we bring more passion into your life by romanticizing things a bit more? I feel like confidence, being grounded, that's another thing coming up right now. Having confidence in yourself, to speak up. I feel like this is also like, I've been feeling like in my own life, I don't know about you guys, but I've been feeling a lot of throat chakra activation where we're being asked to speak with more confidence, to be our own pillar of self without the external anything guiding our decisions. You know what I mean? It's more so like that solidarity within yourself to hold your own counsel, and having confidence in your decision-making skills, having confidence that you are doing everything that you need to do to keep you on this path, to clear the path ahead of you, and making peace with the fact that you cannot always see what's ahead of you, but trusting and having confidence in yourself that you are capable to handle anything that life throws your way, and that you are meant to handle anything that life throws your way. You have the skills to do so. You have not been doing all of this work just to get this far. You have not been doing all of this work facing these truths, accepting these truths, integrating these truths, respecting these truths for no reason. It is paying off. Like, it's literally paying off. Like, this is just calm, confidence, grounded. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm about. No one can judge me. No one can judge me. Even if they try to, that's just a reflection of themselves. Your power has been called back to you. I love that the Empress is just sitting here with us. She's just sitting here because this is like, I am intuitively guided, period. I'm intuitively guided. I'm protected. I'm held, and not on no surface. And we have the King of Swords. This is not even on, what's the word? Spiritual platitude. Is that the word? Platitude? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Placate? No, it's not placate. Platitude, I think, is what it is. Where it's like, it's not spirit. This is not spiritual fluff language. Like, I'm protected, I'm held, I'm divinely guided. Like, no, you are. Because of the decisions you make. Like, yes, source energy, but also the decisions you make, the way you carry yourself, the way you show up. That's you. Own it. Confident, calm, grounded, present, willing to face the truth, accept the truth. You look it in its eyes and you do not back down. And you are just being rewarded. Like, it's just like spring is going to spring. Spring is about to spring. So take the rest of winter to ground yourself, to go a little bit more inward, because when you are called forward, when it is your turn, you will know. And kind of going back to something I was saying earlier, where it's like almost expecting revelations to be like big, loud, somewhat chaotic, like big revelation where it's like this upheaval happened and then you put all the pieces together and found, you know what I'm trying to say? It's more so like, it's subtle and it's on a day-to-day basis that you might not even notice anymore. And so that's where we tie everything together, like bringing presence back into this, because you don't even need to externalize any, like, it's within you. Like, these are like your private becomings, you know what I mean? Where it's just like you're someone says something to you, or you have an experience and it just hits you in a way where you're like, thankfully I am present so I can receive that and let it land in real time. You know what I mean? Ooh. Yeah, okay. Let's move forward. I'm really loving this energy because the last few months of readings, we were in the deepest parts of the inner work journey where it was just dark and it was gruesome and it was kind of scary at times. But look at where you are now. Fall into winter, at least I'm in the northern hemisphere. That was a deep season of change. And your willingness to face truth is why you are collapsing timelines, why things are happening at a rate in which you're maybe thinking that it's supposed to happen later, because in your human brain have this timeline of when I do this and then I achieve this and then I do that, then this will happen, when that's just not the case. Your willingness to look truth in its eyes and not back down, to look at yourself in truth, to accept others in truth, is why, mental dexterity, like spiritual warrior type shit. Like seriously. Like how much clearer can this get? This is like and then we have the Queen of Swords. We have the King and Queen of Swords coming out right now. And beneath that, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords. King and Queen of Swords. Look at that. Hold on. So we have 3 knights right now. Ooh, okay. I see more of these cards trying to speak to me right now. So we have the King of Swords, the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords. Look at that. And then beneath that, I'm going to stop pulling cards for just a second. Okay, wow. Okay, y'all, I'm going to just move through this because there's a lot coming to me right now. So, mental dexterity is the theme. Being able to navigate things with a new sense of freedom, a new perspective, a fresh perspective, a new lens. You show up differently and the world is responding to you differently. It just is. Take a moment to reintroduce yourself, because you are not who you were this time last year. Absolutely not. You are not who you were just a few months ago. You have been rapidly changing, rapidly growing in such a way that you just never have before. You have this new sense of inner knowing that you just have not had before. And so it's taking a moment to get reacquainted with yourself, because you are brand new. You just are. You're rebirthed. You just went through such a profound ego death that you are kind of like slowly reemerging. Take winter to reemerge. This is your time. I fear my light is gonna turn off. I really hope it doesn't. I feel like maybe I should plug it in. I had to re-plug in my light and it honestly looks so much better already. So let's get back into this. We have the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Pentacles. And following that, I'm going to take this reverse. We have the 7 of Cups. We have the Wheel of Fortune and we have the World. This was upright when I pulled it. Look at that. Look at that. So what does this mean? So what does this really mean? you're moving into, not to sound vague, a new life. Not just because you are manifesting it and aligning yourself, but because you're actually putting in the work to make the changes that you want to see in your life, simply put. And this is like how I was saying in the beginning, everything always comes together in these readings. Excuse me. Having a fear of maybe things not working out for you, having a fear of the rug getting pulled out from under you, having a fear of things not lasting, maybe just like fears coming up. But, excuse me, this is not a time to give in to your fears. It is time for you to move forward with fear, despite the fear you feel, the discomfort, the not knowing. How does anyone ever know how something is going to go? We have our plans. We have ideas, sure, but that doesn't mean we actually know how something is going to go. Life is very unpredictable. And so sometimes like this, I feel like this coming up with the Wheel of Fortune and the world. This is like taking a chance and not letting old fears hold you back. You know what I mean? It's kind of like being in a relationship and experiencing certain things, but not carrying that pain, that trauma with you into a new experience. This is like that right now we're in that in between where you're taking time to heal. So when you do move forward in life, it's not with baggage. You get what I'm saying? It's like apply that, but to like life in general, not just like romance. That's what I feel with this. Where you are willing to take a chance on yourself, because it actually is now or never. It is now. The time is now. And you know that. The time is literally now, my friend. The time is now. And I know that can sound kind of counterintuitive because we're talking about like practicing the pause, being in presence is not, scratch that part, sorry. It's like embracing the silence, embracing this pause is what I'm trying to say. But at the same time, the time is to act now. It's a juxtaposition. That's my favorite word. It's a juxtaposition, because it's like the two actually do go hand in hand. And I'm kind of looking, I saw this. This is, I think, where we'll end the reading after this, because this is like, you're moving from this to this. I feel like there might be fears surrounding, like fear is coming up a lot. Like it has affected you in a way that you're not allowing it to affect you now. You are safe to feel fear and step forward anyway, because you have enough confidence, you have enough trust in yourself that the work you are doing is valuable. It's real. This is real. This is real life. Like you are actually doing it. You're actually doing it. It's real. So being present is allowing you to soak in these lessons that you need to learn in order for you to hold the gift that Source is preparing to give you. This is not the time to sink back into the, oh, what if this, what if that? Take the time to prepare yourself, to do your research, to educate yourself, to literally prepare yourself for what? I don't know, but you know that there's something coming towards you. I know that you can feel it. There's something that wants to enter your life, and it will come at literally the perfect timing, because you are protected, you are held, you are floating in this void space and completely surrendering to the divinity, the complexity of this life experience, the complexity of the unknown. Like, the complexity of the unknown can feel very uncomfortable sometimes, because it's like, knowing is a lot more comfortable than not knowing. It is. Like, this just feels like reminding you that you are your own safety net. You are your own counsel. It is time for you to keep yourself grounded. I think that is the most important lesson, period. But especially how I was asking for a message for this week moving forward. This is literally just here to remind you of yourself. You are doing the work needed in order to hold your manifestations. Enjoy this rest period. Enjoy this pause. Enjoy the quiet. Enjoy the silence. Because when you fully re-emerge from that cocoon, you are going to be booked and blessed. Booked and booked and booked. Doing things, going places, meeting people, putting yourself out there, trying new things, deepening your practices. This is a time of serious growth, serious change, rapid growth. All of it. This is your time to recognize that you have a second to breathe. So deep breaths all day, every day, as much as you can. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep it simple. Be present. Do what you need to do to keep yourself aligned. Be real with yourself. Be real with others. Accept the truth. Look it in its eyes. Feel the energy move through you and let it go. This is your time to shine. This is your time to thrive. You are being prepared for such a higher timeline. You've already stepped onto it, but right now it's Bambi phase. You are learning how to find your footing. It's time to reintroduce yourself, because you have been completely reborn. Take your time to feel how you feel during the remainder of this winter, but be prepared for exposure this summer, this spring, this fall. This is going to be one of the most abundant years you have ever experienced thus far. It will not be the most abundant, but thus far. And it's going to prepare you to stretch your rubber band so you can continue to have the most abundant year that you've ever had. Every year it only gets bigger and better, because you only get bigger and better. This is such an important, pivotal moment of your life. And I'm so excited to be on this journey with you, because I'm right there with you guys. Sink into presence and keep it simple. You have nowhere else to go, nothing else to do, but be here now. Okay, until next time.